took place by Baha'u'llah. The 12 tribes of Israel divided after the death of Solomon, and they never got united back together again. Later on, 300 years after that, in 721 BC, the 10 tribes went into captivity into Assyria and Media, and they became known as the 10 lost tribes of Israel. The other 2 tribes of Judah and Benjamin, 100 years later in 606 BC and 586 BC, was taken captive by Nebuchadnezzar into Babylon. And they were there for 70 years. Part of them at that time went back and rebuilt the city, and Jesus Christ was a descendant of those that had left at that time. But the mass of them remained in Iran, which was at that time was the Babylonian Empire. And Baha'u'llah is a descendant of David, and his family remained in Babylon because the Jewish throne was set up by Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon. And Baha'u'llah's father sat on that throne. So after Baha'u'llah made his proclamation in 1863, he was taken as a prisoner to Israel. And in his train, there was about 70 people of his family that went with him, and as well as thousands of other people that became believers at that time. And these believers were those of the 10 lost tribes. Baha'u'llah being of David, he was of the tribe of Judah and Benjamin, and with the 10 lost tribes, they went with Baha'u'llah to Israel. That is, a remnant of them went with Baha'u'llah. How they happened to become lost, they became lost in identity but not in blood. That is, they became converted to Zoroastrianism and then to Islam. And then they became Baha'is. And this is the first gathering of Israel. Baha'u'llah extends this gathering by making a covenant, and anybody that accepts this covenant is now grafted into the 12 tribes of Israel under his new name Baha'i. And the Baha'i faith has spread all over the world, to every country, every nation, every language, and every peoples. And this is what is the mission of Baha'u'llah. The mission of Baha'u'llah is to establish the kingdom of God on earth that Jesus Christ told us to pray for. It will be the Davidic throne, Baha'u'llah being a direct descendant of King David, his father sitting on the Davidic throne in Menzandran. He fulfilled the prophecies. He came in the name, as we've just gone through here, that was prophesied by Jesus and also in Isaiah and by Ezekiel. And in fact, all throughout the Bible, Baha'u'llah's name is mentioned either by glory of God or the glory of the Father. And this is Baha'u'llah, translate Baha'u'llah in English, it's glory of God or glory of the Father. And of course, Jesus didn't speak English, the prophets didn't speak English, they spoke Aramaic, and they said Baha'u'llah. So the name Baha'u'llah has been prophesied. Baha'u'llah fulfills this prophecy in the name. And the address where he's supposed to come from. He's going to come from the east to Israel. And he's going to Mount Carmel. And Mount Carmel is going to see Baha'u'llah, and it's going to blossom as a rose, which is fulfilled. The date that he came, it gave one in Daniel, the 8th chapter, which gave 2,300 days, which is 1844, or was 2,300 years from the order to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until the Ba'ath. And of course we found that they asked Jesus when this is going to happen, when he's going to come again, and he says turn to Daniel, and Daniel gives this date, and that's 1844, and this was the date of the Ba'ath, the forerunner of Baha'u'llah. And he closed the door to the prophetic age, he opened the door to the age of fulfillment. Then he gives the date in the 12th chapter of Daniel of 1260, and this is 1260 of the Muslim calendar. In the year of 1260 of the Muslim calendar, the Bab made his proclamation. This is also the 1844 date of the 8th chapter. The 1844 is according to the Christian calendar. The 1260 is according to the Muslim calendar. But 1844 of the Christian calendar and 1260 of the Muslim calendar is the same date in history. Then he gave another date, which was 1290. And this is, of course, is from the proclamation of Muhammad to the proclamation of Baha'u'llah, or April the 21st of 1863. And the point that I want to make here is this, that there might have been other people called Baha'u'llah, I don't know. And some of them may have come from the east to Israel. But Baha'u'llah did it in chains. If somebody else did it, if Baha'u'llah did this as a free person, they say it might be the work of an impostor to fulfill prophecy. But Baha'u'llah had no control over this. He was in chains, brought from the east to Israel, first under the Persian government and then under the Turkish government. So here we have a person that was come in the name, and he come at the date. In case there was somebody else that come in the name and the date, Baha'u'llah also came at the address, you know. He come in the name, the address, and date. And Baha'u'llah did one more thing. He fulfilled this mission. And there's your calling card. For instance, I explained at the beginning here that I printed my wife's her office card. It was Dr. Opal M. Jensen, chiropractic physician, 328 Stevens Avenue, Missoula, Montana. And no matter where you are in the world, you can come and find her. There's only one Dr. Opal M. Jensen that's at 328 Stevens Avenue, Missoula, Montana, at that date. And this calling card is the way that God gives us in order to know for sure if a person is from God or he's some sort of an imposter. There's a whole lot of people saying that they're the Christ. There's a whole lot of people that claim to be the promised one. The Christians are waiting for him to come out of the sky. Pathetic Christians are waiting for him to come out of the sky. And the thing is that we, on the other hand, we are wise. We use our intellect. We look at these prophecies. And of course, it says that he's going to come from the east. He's going to go to Israel. He's not going to come out of the sky. And here Baha'u'llah has fulfilled the prophecies for the Prince of Peace, and all people will become followers of Baha'u'llah.